Time now. We're talking about Halloween. You may love it, you might not like it, to be honest, but what it is business for some people. It's a money maker.
It's big. £1 billion it's expected to generate for the first time in the UK. And Sophie had put a lot of thought into her outfit. So has Ben, who's at a pumpkin patch in Hertfordshire this morning. Hi, Ben.
Hello. It's a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? The pop-up pumpkin farm patch. Yeah, we're in Hertfordshire this morning. Plenty to look at here this morning. Look at all the pumpkins they've got on the patch. Just some of the 250,000 that they grow here every single Halloween season. And it's a really important time of year for the farm. Anita's getting ready for some of the thousands of visitors that they will see this week, of course, it being half term. Anita, how busy does it get, and what patterns have you noticed over the years that you've worked here?
So I've been here 8 years, and each year we get busier and busier. We've got people coming from all over the country, and we have new faces, and then we have our regulars that come every year, which is lovely seeing their children growing up. OK, well, you and your colleagues have got your work cut out. We'll let you carry on. Thank you very much for having us down here this morning. And Anita makes a good point. It's a really important time for retail. And this year, we are expected, for the first time ever in the UK, to spend over £1 billion on Halloween products, and that's a big increase from last year when we spent £687 million. In fact, since 2013, the amount we spend on Halloween has quadrupled here in the UK. And it's a big boost, hopefully, for retailers who've had a bit of a drab summer. In fact, we found out the latest retail sales figures showed that sales were down by 0.9% in September compared with August. But will it give them the spooky surge in sales that they need? We've been to Cornwall to find out.
Spooky Newquay. The summer crowds have gone, but a Halloween-themed half-term is a chance to hopefully cash in.
The average spend is going to be down. You know, people are going into the winter now, but that's why we need to drive footfall. So there are more people on the high street. They will spend money. Things like zombie crawl event on Saturday, people will come and they will spend.
Having events is really, really important for the town. It drives people into town, brings locals into the town, and we have a really big community going on, and the bars and the vibe, so it's really good for that type of thing, yeah.
And down at the harbour, extra efforts to attract people are proving positive.
It seems like people are spending more this year compared to last year, which is really good. It's just, people just seem to be happier to come out and spend money again.
Normally come this time of year when it's a bit quieter, but half term there's lots of kids.
It's all about witches up at the hotel that was the setting for that famous film, and an annual witchy tea. Here it's been a good September and October, and people are still spending, but perhaps leaving things more last minute.
That's the same for hospitality across the whole of the UK. The delay before people book. I mean, they're in the car driving down. They've got to Bristol. Yes, we're coming to Cornwall. Do you have a room for 5? Sorry, we don't. It's half-term week. So people are really taking a much shorter lead time for the bookings.
But the bookings are happening, and while the all-important weather may be unpredictable this week, Newquay is pulling out the Halloween stops.
Tamsin Melville there reporting for us from Cornwall. With me is Professor Sarah Montano from the University of Birmingham, an expert in retail marketing. How has Halloween got us big to the point in the UK where we're going to be spending over £1 billion?
Yes, as you've just said, for the first time we're going to have spending reach over £1 billion just on Halloween, and this is really driven by young consumers. So we're seeing our young consumers spend an average of about £45 on Halloween, and that's, you know, decorations and costumes.
And is the spend going up because things are more expensive? We talk about price rises and inflation, or is it that people are actually going and buying and spending more on more stuff?
No, people are buying more stuff, and it's particularly driven by social media. So at this farm, we're expecting a lot of influencers who'll be coming in. They'll be taking, you know, their pictures, popping them up on social media, and of course they'll need to buy their various Halloween costumes for their various social media.
Now, we saw in the summer people went crazy on social media about lavender fields, and they were everywhere, people's feeds, photographs in lavender fields. do you think we see a similar thing with pumpkin patches or not?
Yeah, absolutely. That's certainly what we're seeing. So again, it's driving that social media content.
And how important is the Halloween spending boost for retailers at this time of year? Because Christmas is coming up. People may not have much to spare, and might they be thinking, oh, we'll hold off actually and save some money for the Christmas season?
That's certainly what we're seeing at the moment. So we're seeing some indications that some consumers won't be spending quite as much at Christmas, which of course is a much longer festival. You know, you've got obviously, you know, Christmas Day, you've got gifts and things like that. So we're seeing some indications that people might spend less. Halloween, it's really, you know, one day, and as I said, it's predominantly driven by young consumers. But this is kicking off the golden quarter for retailers, where retailers want to maximise their profits. So we've got Black Friday coming up and Cyber Monday.
OK, Sarah, thank you very much for explaining all of that for us. Now, Charlie and Naga, I know we played pumpkin or squash earlier. Naga, the runaway winner. Charlie, I'm going to give you one chance now to salvage your credibility in the Kirkabits knowledge. This one, Charlie, what are you saying? Pumpkin or squash?
That, Ben, is a squash.
I'm going to have to hurry you.
No, all right. That, this is about...
You said squash.
Yes, I've said squash.
OK, you're absolutely right. It's called a table star, and it is a squash. Well done. I mean, Naga still wins on the points,
Absolutely.
but I think you've salvaged a modicum of credibility when it comes to your knowledge of the Gurd family, Charlie.
Well, I feel a lot better for that.
2-1. 2-1. Thanks, Ben. Morning.